What you see here is an open secret. Tons of sand being illegally mined all across India. The rot runs deep. And the indiscriminate plundering of our natural resources goes on unabated, unchecked. There is no specific regulation to put an end to this. The officials have turned a blind eye. And the cop sand mafia nexus is a reality. But why does India have a sand mafia? Why do these men fearlessly go about their business? How can this completely illegal activity occur this brazenly?
As part of an extensive investigation, we take you to the den of the sand mining mafia. Even though Times Now has continuously exposed the sand mining mafia and a controversy erupted over the suspension of an honest officer Durga Shakti Nagpal, the mafia continues to operate unabated.
The loot of this larger scale has been brought under the scanner recently. A civil servant named Durga Shakti Nagpal has been suspended from her post for taking on the sand mafia. This is what the daring officer was fighting against.
We travelled across Noida and Greater Noida. What we found was shocking. The sand mining mafia operated with certain normalcy, without any restrictions from the government and without any clearance from the Environmental Department of the Government of India.
The seemingly unceasing mining operation on the Yamuna and Hindon riverbeds in western Uttar Pradesh is encouraged by the increasing demand for sand for construction by realtors, mostly operating in the Noida, Greater Noida and Ghaziabad areas.
मुद्दा उठा था, उनसे रोका गया था, पुलिस स्टेशन यहाँ पास में आए हैं, उसमें भी कोई कार्रवाई नहीं करी, कोई आया नहीं। काफ़ी दिन से खनन चल रहा है यहाँ पे, कोई इसमें कार्रवाई नहीं करी गई।
गाड़ी तो रोज़ आती है, खैर मट्टी तो रोज़ उठती है, लेकिन कई बार गांव वालों ने भगाया उनको, लेकिन वो माने नहीं, कार्रवाई की गई। और उस दिन गांव के सभी लोग आ चुके थे यहाँ पे, और डंफरों के साथ में, जेसीबी के साथ में एक गाड़ी स्कॉर्पियो थी जिसमें बदमाश थे, उन्होंने फायरिंग की और वो भाग गए यहाँ से।
But that in no way justifies the mafia's prevalence. As a matter of fact, within 50 kilometers of any construction site in India, you are likely to find sand mining going on along riverbanks.
Government is not acting against sand mafias because they are consolidating their hold more and more into this illegal activity. A mafia is defined as a nexus between illegal activity and the administration, the police and politicians. So these mafias being controlled by the politicians, the government obviously does not have any interest in curbing the activities, even though they have attacked so many people in the past and even killed government officers.
A reality that is fast eating into our resources.
You can't write it off as an environmental issue. This is a life or death issue. You saw what happened in Uttarakhand. Believe me, there's no difference between what happened in Uttarakhand and what's happening on the Yamuna sands. The moment you take away a river's natural flow, a river's natural defenses, a river's natural ability to take the rain, harvest it and then give it, what you're going to do is to cause death. People will die between the impacts of climate change, more rain, too little rain, too early rain, too late rain, and the wounding of rivers and lakes and coasts. the impacts of this are going to be death for people. It's not just a simple issue of corruption here, or oh, this poor fish won't live, or this turtle won't have a place to nest, or the gharials might have trouble. It's much more serious than that, and it's much more widespread.
But this is just the tip of the iceberg. Less than 100 kilometers away from Greater Noida area, illegal mining on a much larger scale is thriving. Some say this has the active backing of the state administration.
Such piles of stones are common sight here in Alwar district. Locals tell us on the odd occasion when authorities do check trucks escaping from the district, local truck drivers dump their goods over here to prevent them from being caught.
Well, successive governments have not been able to curb sand mining. Why? It's as simple as this. There's too much money involved, and there's too little will to protect anything of India's. It's not just sand, it's rivers, it's coasts, it's grasslands, it's forests. They're all under assault. But staying with the sand mining right now, I mean, Durga Shakti Nagpal, I mean, just think about this. Even when somebody has exposed something clearly, put it out in the public domain, even then the shamelessness of governments and shamelessness of those people who are so utterly, absolutely bent on making that money has got to a point where I think our country now is in the hands of people who are really enemies of the state.
Our team was warned that entering these mines would not be an easy task. So we first approached a local supplier, pretending to represent a construction company in Noida. And from here, the reality was completely exposed.
एक बार आप आ जाओ देखते हैं ऊपर यहाँ से निकल लेंगे तो यहाँ से क्या है ऊपर तो ना है ऊपर तो आप कहाँ पे थाने पर माल पड़ा है नहीं वो तो यहीं से दिख रहा है यही से दिख रहा है बस यही माल देखो वो जो पत्थर है सामने वो ऊपर देखो हाँ तो वो
Truckloads of stones lying on the road here in Alwar district. Locals tell us that this happens on the odd occasion that authorities do check the trucks that are exiting the district. Truck drivers, to prevent themselves from being caught, then dump all the goods that they have right there on the road.
In every part of the country, almost all of this mining is happening without licenses. The demand is unbridled and the regulatory consequences are minimal. In Bengal too, the exploitation was caught on our cameras. This is the Damodar River in Burdwan district. The water level is increasing gradually in this monsoon season.
As we can see that illegal sand mining is going on this riverbed. The local villagers were telling us that these companies or individuals obtain leads from the local district administration in exchange of money, but they are not allowed to do any kind of sand mining between June and December, but they're still continuing with their mining.
But there is no stopping the extraction of sand from the riverbed. A hotspot for the sand mafias in Bengal.
নিয়ম কিছু মানে না ধরুন বাঁধ থেকে যেটা সরকারিভাবে আমাদের কাছে যে প্রমাণ আছে 200 মিটার ওরা বলছে বাঁধ আমাদের কাছে নোটিফিকেশন ব্যান্ড আছে বাঁধ ওরা বলছে বাঁধের গা থেকে 200 মিটার আর আমরা বলছি যে না ওখানে লেখা আছে যে বাঁধ নদীর যে কিনারা থেকে 200 মিটার এইটা নিয়ে একটা সরকারিভাবে আমাদের সঙ্গে একটা দ্বন্দ্ব আছে ওরা বলছে না মানার জমিগুলো আমাদের লিজ নেওয়া আছে এই জায়গা থেকে সরকার আমাদের সেইভাবে মানে সেচ দপ্তর বা ডিএলআর সাহেব আমাদের খোলাসা করে বলছে না যে সত্যি নদীর কিনারা থেকে না বাঁধ থেকে এইখান থেকে বাঁধটা ধরুন আর একটু দূরে এই যে মনে করুন 250 সেফটি চালান কেটে ওরা 1200 সেফটি মাল নিয়ে যাচ্ছে 10 টাকা গাড়িগুলো এই নিয়ে আমাদের রাস্তা একদম তো ড্যামেজ হয়ে গেছে বাঁধ কেটে চলে আসছে আর বাঁধ বলে কিছু নেই আর তো আমরা গিয়ে টোলে গিয়ে আমরা ঝামেলা করতে 2-4 বার যখনই করলাম
বললো এটা আমাদের বিএলআরও পারমিশন দিয়েছে। লোকাল অফিসাররা বিএলআরকে ডাক করালাম, জয়েন্ট ভিডিও এসেছিল, সবাই এসেছিল, তখন ও বলে অস্বীকার করছে না আমি পারমিশন দিইনি। তখন ওই অফিসারকে মারধর করতে তখন ওরা বলছে না আমাদেরকে বলেছে। তারপরে এই নিয়ে আমরা ডিএলআর কাছে গিয়েছিলাম, ডিএলআর সাহেব বললেন না এনার তো কোনো পারমিশন দেওয়া নেই ওদের, আরএস 50 চালানে আরএস 50 মাল। হ্যাঁ, মাঝখানটা বন্ধ হয়েছিল। তারপরে ফের যখন আমি গিয়ে ধরেছি, হাতে নাতে চোর যখন ধরেছি, বিএলআরকে ফোন করলাম, ডিএলআরকে ফোন করলাম, ডিএলআর কী করলে, বিএলআর এখান থেকে প্রশাসন পাঠিয়ে আমাকে অ্যারেস্ট করে নিল।
Where earth moving machines don't reach, the locals do the job.
You will find that the politicians have directly invested in this business of sand mining. If you see the government, especially if you talk of Maharashtra, or in fact for that matter of fact any other area which is seeing rampant construction, the construction lobby calls the shots, and the politicians and the constructing lobby, the builder lobby, together decide which areas to destroy and what, how much to mine and how much to take. So these are actually the politicians' investment which is preventing the government, the administration from acting against it, because each of these guys, if you go and do, like I said, an investigative study, will confess that it is some politician who is invested in that business there.
These scenes are from the outskirts of India's financial capital.
This is barely outside in the extended suburbs of Mumbai in Thane. We are heading towards areas which, this is Thane Creek, where illegal sand mining is still taking place. In fact, we are heading towards that areas. In fact, that's the area where the mining is actually taking place. रेती कहाँ से निकाला है?
वो उधर से, नागले से।
और यहाँ पे लाके क्यों रखा है?
ये सेट के लिए बेचता है।
कहाँ पे बेचेंगे?
कोलसेट वाला है सेट।
कोलसेट वाला सेट? हाँ। तो कितना रेती आएगा अभी? कितना इतना है कि रोज इतना लाता है? कितना
रोज इतना लाता है? हाँ? 4 बरस रोज लाता है।
4 बरस मतलब कितना? एक ट्रक में भर जाता है?
हाँ,
हाँ?
एक ट्रक तो डेली आता है।
The sand mining mafia's writ runs large in the area. Over 300 trucks carrying illegally mined sand move out of the Thane Creek each day.
These workers over here working and loading on the sand into the trucks. This happens all day long, at least 300 to 400 trucks loaded every day. This gives you a sense of the entire operation, what really is happening over here, that this sand which is collected from the creek here in Thane Creek, then loaded on to the trucks and taken away in Mumbai and Thane.
The rules are flouted. And the administration is doing next to nothing.
The second time I had gone to Bancourt Creek at Mahad with a team of journalists, and we were attacked there. We escaped with our lives after having our car rammed into by a truck and 2 SUVs following us through a dramatic chase in a very deserted ghat area. We went to the police station, and immediately the police filed a complaint against us for rash driving and for trespassing in an area which belonged or had been leased to the sand miners.
Sand mining ban in that area, and government must know about it, but they chose to look the other way for the obvious reasons. There is no legal laws to protect illegal sand mining as of now. And because of that, we can see everywhere sand dredging, sand mining is going on without any interruption or without any disturbance.
This is the southernmost tip of India. The residents of Tuticorin have been ferociously battling the illegal sand mining mafia for the past 5 years.
போராட்டத்தில் சந்திச்சது போலீஸாரோட தான் தகராறு பண்ணது. போலீஸ் இன்ஸ்பெக்டர் என்கிட்ட இப்படியே சொன்னார், சூரங்குடி போலீஸ் இன்ஸ்பெக்டர், உன்னை செக்ஷன் போட்டு உள்ள தள்ளிடுவேன் அப்படின்னாரு. இது மத்திய சர்க்கார் புறம்போக்க நீ எப்படி தடுக்க போச்சு? நான் சொன்னேன், நான் கிராம தலைவர், என் கிராமம் அழியும் போது என்ன வந்தாலும் நான் பார்க்கறதுக்கு ரெடின்னு நான் அவர்கிட்ட வாதாடிக்கிட்டு இருந்தேன்.
They say it is the officials, in fact, who connive with the mafia. But that is not enough. These men and women have been threatened simply for raising their voice.
எங்கள் ஊரில் வந்து கடல் மண் வந்து டெய்லி வந்து அள்ளிக்கிட்டு இருக்காங்க. இப்போ ஒரு 5 வருஷமாக நடந்துக்கிட்டு இருக்கு அந்த இது. அது வந்து நாங்கள் இளைஞர்களாக வந்து ஊரில் எல்லாரும் சேர்ந்து இளைஞர்களாக போய் தடுத்து இனிமேல் வரக்கூடாது அப்படின்னு சொல்லி நாங்கள் தடுத்துட்டு தான் இருக்கோம். இதே 5 வருஷம் இதே பயன் பண்ணிட்டு தான் இருக்கோம். வண்டியும் பல வாட்டி நாங்கள் பிடிச்சி கொடுத்துருக்கோம். ஊரில் இருந்து பெரிய சேமத்துலேருந்து நாங்கள் இளைஞர்களாக சேர்ந்து ஊர் மக்கள் எல்லாம் சேர்ந்து பிடிச்சி கொடுத்துருக்கோம். 5 வருஷம் ஆச்சு நாங்கள் பிடிச்சி. இதுக்கு இதுவரை எங்களுக்கு நடவடிக்கை எடுக்கவும் இல்லை, இன்னும் செய்யவும் இல்லை. இனிமையாவது எங்களுக்கு நல்லது பிறக்கட்டும் நாங்கள் நினைக்கிறோம்.
Tuticorin collector Ashish Kumar initiated a raid on the illegal sand mining mafia here in Thoothukudi at 10 a.m. on the 6th of August. Barely 10 hours later, he was issued marching orders to Chennai. And this begs the question, is Ashish Kumar's transfer a consequence of his action against the illegal sand mining mafia? Is Ashish Kumar another Durga Shakti Nagpal?
Like them, the officials want the residents to turn a blind eye to the plunder. This is a common sight in Maralwadi Taluk of Kanakpura. For decades now, sand mining has been carried out along the riverbeds.
The effects of sand mining, if you ask me, it has a socio-environmental effect. The environmental damage is more, in the sense that when you plunder these marine areas, you are destroying the breeding grounds of the marine life. Okay, and because the water gets very turbid, and it's continuously being the solid particles moving in that. No animal or no fish or any marine form wants to come there and nest or lay eggs or something. So you will have a loss of marine life, definitely.
Mining has been banned in Karnataka since 2009. But rules make no difference here.
The Karnataka government has banned sand mining in the state since 2009. But brazen and illegal sand mining continues till date across all riverbeds like this one in Kanakpura, just 50 kilometers from Bangalore.
Unfortunately, the rot runs much deep. In Gujarat too, the reality is not much different. In the Indroda region of Gandhinagar, sand mining is now an accepted activity.
Activists tell us that for every 1 truck of limestone or sand illegally mined, there are 3 such trucks that go without paying any royalties.
Mining per se is a established environmentally destructive activity. So you need to draw the line somewhere and decide how much is that you need and how much you need to stop it. But unfortunately, it's like a loose cannon or a rogue body industry which has no control. They can just plunder and continue on their work with hardly any punitive action taken against them.
6 states, 6 different governments. But the reality on the ground is just the same.
I cannot name a single river that is not being ravaged by mining of this nature. It could be the Narmada, it could be the Ganga, it could be the Kaveri, it could be all these rivers, the Brahmaputra. All these rivers are being mined. There are laws to protect these rivers. There are ways to overcome these laws, and the tragedy also is that there's a conspiracy down the line. It's a pecking order, not just of corruption sometimes. The pecking order is one of power plays, of preferential access, of it's sometimes just a vote bank.
The environmental consequences of such mining are serious. Increased flooding as miners cart away the sand, holding back water, is just one of them. But what is the solution? What is the way out? Till India figures the answer out, the plunder is bound to go on.